Oh, hello, guys. Welcome back. I want to preface this by saying I never speak for the gods. I never do. I never claim to speak for the gods. It's why I don't put that fur on, that fake fur, and sit here with my spirit rattle or have candles or some kind of backdrop behind me. I don't claim to speak with the gods, for the gods, sorry. But what I can do is pass on, good advice I'm getting. And the old man gave me dreams. And if you work with the old man, he's associated with wolves, but he's also associated with bears. And he was speaking to me, and it had something to do with a target. But it wasn't that, target is a metaphor. It was you're not paying enough attention, and you're starting to not take this seriously. And we know in 2020 what he's talking about. And he says you have to start paying attention, you know. And you're starting to get a little foolish. No. And so for me alone, if I get this knowing, and you just have a knowing, come election day or come Thanksgiving or come Christmas or come whenever, that I get an opportunity to go out, if I just get this knowing that tells me no, don't go. And that's not the same thing as, barricading ourselves inside our houses and living with fear. It's about having a knowing. And we can all do that. I'm not special. And another thing we can all do, which we have been working at, which is why it's a blessing that this channel, we're slowing down the production on the channel, is opening up all lines of communication. And Loki, for me, this doesn't have to work for you. If I don't want to get in a fight with you guys about this. Is the First Nations, what do you want to call them? Spirits, helpers, whatever. They were here first. They were here first. This is their land. If you have skin the color of mine, your ancestors weren't here. Yeah, they eventually came here, but this isn't our land. We are living here. And so we've been doing a huge amount of work with, coyote and wolf, and there just unfortunately there isn't a huge amount on the First Nations people that lived in my area. So we do what we can. We know there were wolves at one time, so we work with wolf and we try to, establish good frith, for lack of a better word, with, those around us. And we've been getting a lot of very strong calls from the First Nations spirits stories of Canada, which is really good because I grew up with a lot of those stories. So, frog and coyote, not coyote, sorry, I always talk about coyote, and so that's what came up. Frog and raven and eagle and all those stories. And if you have like Amazon Prime, they have like and they don't pay me to plug that. You can go watch like a lot of stuff for free, which is what we're doing, and we're reestablishing the connections. What I'm getting repeatedly for me, though this would work for anyone. And that's my belief. You don't have to agree with it. Like always told you guys, take what you need, leave the rest behind. Open up communications to everyone. You don't have to talk to everyone, but don't say these are my gods here, this group of gods here. All those other ones up there are on their own, or they're not my gods. Just treat everyone like a relation. That, yes, that includes their god. Yes, that god over there, that god that we're supposed to not like, that god over there. So yeah, open up communications. You don't have to be in communication, but what's happening in this world is we're all polarizing so much. It's not even like, say, in the US, it's not even a black and white thing anymore. It's my tiny little micro group here against everybody else. And I'm going to get all mine and the hell with the rest of you. And I'm seeing that happen more and more, and it's really sad. And I'm seeing a lot of people shout and scream and say, "Yeah, I just care about me and my people specifically. Who cares about the rest of you?" And that's not the way to be. We're all relations, depending on, it doesn't matter if you go by the big three or you go by First Nation stories or you go by our stories. We all believe in having some kind of creator or creators. We all believe that the animals came first and that, then the people came. And we're all relations. Biologically speaking, we're all cousins to some degree. Fourth, fifth, what is it? We're all basically related as cousins. We all came from somewhere. So yeah, all the people you can't stand, you're related to those people in some way. It wouldn't be a way that, you could prove as easily as you prove like your cousins and your family, but yeah, you're actually related to everybody on this planet. Deal with that one. And I'm getting this big push that we have to set aside this everything for me and work towards something for everyone. I'm not talking about socialism or communism, calm down. I'm talking about keeping those lines of communication open. It's there for everyone. I'm not special. I'm not like the selected holy one. I'm not the chosen one. It's open for absolutely everyone on this planet. Work with everyone. Don't worry about the people that say you can't work with these belong to us. You're not going in to steal. You're being a good relation. You're being good to your cousins, your uncles, your grandfathers, your grandmothers, however you see them. So have the lines of communication open and work with them. And if they come to you, seeking help and or you feel attracted to them, very respectfully work with them. And make the time for the spirit work. I am amazingly good, even though I run this channel, at getting out of spirit work. I am amazingly good at finding something to do all damn day long and not doing a damn thing. Is what I'm good at. And I'm being honest with you guys because I know I duck out of it all the time. Do the work. Do the work. You can't expect it to improve. You can't expect to have a good relationship if you never work on it. It would be like if you married someone and you lived in one half of the house and they lived in the other and you never saw each other. You might like to say, oh, yeah, we live in the same house. We got a great relationship. But you don't know anything about each other. You've never talked to each other. How good is the relationship? So, be open. Be open, be kind. We have enough hate in the world. We have enough bad things happening. I didn't say you have to become passive doormat and be walked all over. There's nothing wrong with defending yourself, but be kind. When you have, and we can all draw on, say, the energy of the universe, Great Spirit, God, Loki, Buddha, tree outside. Work towards healing. Work towards healing. You want COVID to be over? Work towards healing. You want world peace? Work towards healing. You want things to improve for yourself and the people in the community, and then globally, because a high tide lifts all ships. Then work towards that. You can just send out good intent, send out good vibes. Don't be negative. Don't be going around knocking other stuff down because you can't have it and that's not yours. And I can't emphasize on this enough. It's the time for having contests of who knows the most gods and who has the most physical stuff. That is so gone. That is so gone at this point. We have to concentrate on building a good community with the gods, on building up good, for lack of a better word, building up friendship. That's what it means. Building up friendship, building up trust. And the more you work with a god, the more they trust you. I've been having really, really good results with several of them that I don't mention because it's funny. Every time I mention them, some people's feelers must go up, and I swear they must send bad vibes our way. So I'm like, okay, I'm not mentioning those deities anymore. And it's sad that people are like that, but people are like that. So if you notice, that every time you mention you're doing something, it goes badly for you, you don't have to mention it. It's not being dishonest if you have noticed when you tell a crowd of people something and something always goes wrong. That's why, in a lot of the traditions they say that they don't share with people. You will have enough trusted friends in your life that you can share with. But if you find every time you're mentioning something out loud, something goes wrong, then, you don't always have to mention that thing. So, just to recap, we should be trying to work towards having good communication. That's what I'm getting. I'm not speaking for the gods, but that's what I'm getting. It feels important to pass it on. Um, have good communication with everyone. Don't bar anyone out. We can't say we want peace and be barring these people out and be saying those people are separate from us. We're all relations. Like most of the stories will tell you, the animals and the plants and the rocks and the trees and everything, there are relations, but we have to live in harmony with each other again, that doesn't mean you can't defend yourself or take care of yourself, but we have to learn to, if we want something, if we want goodness in life, we have to be willing to make sacrifices to give back. So, I hope that helps. I hope it feels timely. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to a wall, but the people that don't want to listen are just not going to listen. But there's nothing wrong. As far as I know, the gods don't punish us because we didn't get into this one little tiny group and stay here and not be good to our relations. Look, he's been giving me hell, telling me, all these relations that taught me while I was young and I was open and receptive before I learned how much, adults hated each other. You know, Will and Raven and Coyote and Wolf and Bear and all these other ones, they'll teach anyone. They'll teach anyone. You have to have an open heart. You can't say, well, that person over there wouldn't want me doing this. Don't worry about that person over there. The spirits, the gods and goddesses can speak for themselves. We've been having everybody come back in, which is a blessing. But that's open for everyone. That's not just for me. I can't state that enough. That's open for everyone. It's not the time to, divide and hunker down, and a lot of people are going into their teeny tiny little hole and closing the door and not helping anyone else. It's not the time to do that. We'll get through this together. We'll be stronger together. The more good thrift, the more friendship we have with the gods and goddesses, angels, saints, wherever you came from, the better it is for all of us, because then we can help each other. And even if you only send out good vibes, you're at least doing something. I know the atheists like to pick on us and say, ooh, thoughts and prayers. You're doing something. You're doing something. You're not doing what they want. They want you to come solve their problem for them, but and that's no offense to atheists. You know what I mean? They're the ones that just sit there and cry and say their life is still terrible because everyone else isn't doing something for them. Well, you can move, probably, can't you? So, you are doing a lot, even if you're just doing, positive vibes out there. If you're sending out healing energy, and again, Wicca 101, you don't have to send out your own physical energy. You can draw from the universe. Very, very good. And if you want to practice every night, practice just talking to the gods, talking to Loki, whomever. Practice saying what you would like to see in the world, and that'll be enough. You'll get it done. You don't need a big fancy altar for that. You don't need anything for that. If you can have it, great. But if you can't, it's not going to affect you in the long run. So we hope you guys have liked what you see. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. We're apparently going to be on the Loki schedule, which I don't know what that means. But we will see you guys later. Bye bye.